You see it every time that smoke is puffed out from your car's exhaust pipe, so there's no denying that vehicles are major contributors to air pollution. On today's show of Pollution with Bolu, we'll be discussing the role of cars in air pollution.
So today we'll be looking at air pollution and its effects on the residents of Dream Valley here. Now our first guest here is Pranay-Football. Give it up for Pranay-Football, everybody. Right, so Pranay, tell us a bit about you.
Okay, my name is Pranay-Football and I play for football club FC Barcelona, and I'm also an ambassador of the WHO, the World Health Organization.
So, what car do you drive in order to ensure that you reduce air pollution?
Oh, I have a Ferrari 458 Italia. It has this Healy system.
Oh, you mean the high emulsion, low emission system, right? Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yes, it basically reduces the environmental impact and also boosts the performance. Mm-hmm. And so the end result is that there's a 23% drop in emission. Wow. And I also have planning to get a F430 Spider, which also runs on biofuel.
Oh, wow, that's great. Well, how do you know all of this, Pranay?
Yeah, well, Ferrari is one of my sponsors, and I'm quite aware with what I buy and what happens in Ferrari, what they sell, and what their products are. So, yeah.
Did you know that as many as 50,000 people a year are dying prematurely due to toxic air emissions linked to fossil fuel combustion? That's more than 20 times the number that die in road accidents in the UK each year. The most dangerous of these emissions are these guys: NOx, hydrocarbons and particulates, but together we'll call them nasties. These are created as a byproduct of combustion emitted from cars, buses and taxis, as well as agriculture and factories. Road transport is by far and away the worst offender, responsible for up to 70% of general air pollution in urban areas. How does this affect you? Well, pollutants like these can cause asthma, skin and eye irritation, poor lung development, heart disease, cancer and lung disease. All of these could be cutting people's lives short by...
Welcome back to Pollution with Bolu. Our guest here is Pranay-Football, and we're currently talking to him about how he has helped in reducing air pollution. And I've heard, sir, that you've started a fundraising group.
Yeah, it's called the Air Pollution Activists, and it was started 2 years ago. And in those 2 years, we've been able to raise $1.2 billion.
How have you gone about reducing air pollution? I've heard that you've started a group for raising funds to create awareness about air pollution, and I mean, how are you going to reduce pollution in today's world?
We have many social awareness programs in which we talk to people about reducing air pollution, and I also have a site called www.airpollutionactivist.com. And through that, we get donations too. And I just want to say that as an ambassador of the World Health Organization, I feel I have a major role to play for the betterment of the world. And
I've heard of your. How have you been collaborating with the WHO to ensure that you raise funds through this APA group? And I've heard that, I've talked to some of the members of the WHO, and they've said that you've been very helpful, and that they've actually briefed you a lot about their measures to alleviate air pollution.
Yeah, they're taking fast action to reduce climatic pollutants, air pollution pollutants, and also this saves millions of people because 6 million people a year die due to air pollution. And also there's a conference being held this year, a UN conference, and the main topic is air pollution in Warsaw, and it's on 22nd November. So this discussion will be really helpful, and it will help the people too, and I think this discussion will have a huge impact.
Pranay, you have been a great help, and
yeah, my pleasure.
This show has actually, I'm sure, been very informative to all of our viewers. So,
thank you.
Next up, we have a special guest. who's Ajay-Designer. He was currently the owner of Lamborghini.
I feel like there's nothing we can do about gas prices these days. However, if you follow these tips, you can improve fuel efficiency and reduce your car's exhaust.
Maintain proper tire pressure. Don't top off your tank when refueling. Maintain your car with regular oil changes and a clean air filter. Remove extra weight from your car, such as unnecessary items in your trunk or an unused roof rack. And as always, be idle free.
So our next guest is Mr. Ajay-Designer. He is an accomplished car designer and has designed many of the latest eco-friendly cars, and has also introduced many green technologies in the vehicles we currently have today and in the vehicles that are currently being designed for the future. Welcoming Ajay-Designer.
Yeah! Yeah! Woohoo!
Alright, so Mr. Ajay, what cars have you recently designed, would you like to tell our viewers?
I've designed a lot of cars over the past few years. The most successful ones till date are probably the Mercedes SLS-AMG, the BMW i8, and then Pranay-Football's Ferrari 458 Spider.
Well, that's interesting because we just had Pranay-Football previously on the show.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So my next question to you, and I'm sure many of our viewers would like to ask, would like the answer to this question. We know that many green technologies have been introduced over the past few years, and well, we'd like to know which ones you have been responsible in designing.
Mainly two fuels, the bioethanol and biogas. Ethanol is, ethanol.
Yeah,
It has alcohol and some components of carbohydrates and all that. And right now it's only in production in Brazil and the United States. And again, not too many cars have been using it because the technology is so recent that it might take it to estimated 2020 that mostly all cars in the world run on it.
And about biogas?
Biogas.
Well, I understand that's not as widely spread as electric motors.
But it has been discovered way long time ago.
Right.
Before it's been
Before
bioethanol, and then, but it could not be put into use because we again don't know the technical know-how how to use it. We recently started putting pipelines in. Suppose London, they recently started putting pipelines
test
in water.
factories. Right?
Yeah. And they started putting gas stations and all that.
Yes. I've also learned about the electric motor. Would you like to give our viewers an insight into the...
I used the electric motor in two cars, the BMW i8, the Nissan Leaf, and, three cars, Mercedes SLS.
Ask what actually are the benefits of using these green vehicles? Because you know how people have to spend more than usual for the cars that they normally buy. Say a petrol car is actually less than a green vehicle in the same range.
Yeah.
So what are the actual are there any well, there are obviously environmental benefits, but what are these benefits, and if there are any more, can you please specify them?
But first of all, when you're going to buy a car, you first check out how it is and all that. And then your second aspect is what type of fuel it uses. Is it petrol, is it diesel, is it gas, or is it biogas? So you know that
Biogas, you mean CNG?
Yeah. So for biogas, it's going to be more expensive than all these three categories because it's new, but then it is helpful. Okay, if you're going to buy a diesel, the prices are going high every day by day. It's going like year by year, dollar by dollar, rupee. So you can't really estimate how far it's going to go by a few more years. And if you depend on the biogas car, they can last forever. They're really fuel efficient, and they're about to become fuel efficient. Still working on it.
And any other except environmental benefits are there?
Yes.
Any other?
Petrol and diesel, they produce three dangerous gases: carbon dioxide, monoxide, and nitrous oxide. These three gases can cause cancer to people. So
The pedestrians.
yes.
Okay.
And populated countries like China and India it'd be even worse. So that's why eco-friendly cars they produce all these harmful gases. It's all eco-friendly. That's why I go by the name. And for yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Ajay-Designer, for sparing time in your very busy schedule, as we all know, for this interview. So now the much-awaited announcing of the winners across the world of a brand new Nissan Leaf, tuned by Mr. Ajay-Designer. Would you like to do the honors?
Thank you. Alright, we have Marshall Managers from Detroit, USA. Then we have Andre Young from Paris, France. Then we have Yao Ming from Shanghai, China. And we have Santiago Munez from Brasilia, Brazil. And in the last, we have Vladimir Arshavin from Moscow, Russia. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And congratulations to all the winners. Hope,
make sure that you tune in next week for a very special show of an interview with Eminem regarding his opinions on child labor in today's world.
We hope this show has been very informative and enlightening, and we would encourage you to do all you can to reduce pollution as a whole, taking tips from this talk show. Thank you.